Good morning everyone. In this video lecture, I'm going to teach feed-forward network and feedback networks. Okay, first we'll see what is feed-forward network and then we'll do feedback network. I'm just going to draw a elementary feedback architecture of neurons. Okay, this is your feed-forward network. Okay, now there will be many inputs, considering it n inputs, so x1, x2, 2x, n. Okay, and output will be m outputs, not the same one, but output will be m outputs, O1, O2, and go up till O, m. M not equal to n, or maybe equal also, that we'll see. So 1, these are the neurons that we have. There are m number of neurons. Okay, 1, 2, m. There are m number of neurons. So we'll see the details of this. I'll just draw this in a simple form. Now x of t are the input that we have, and this is a network that we're giving to. Okay, and that network is, okay, we'll come to this, what I'm writing over here. O of, now at x of t are the inputs at instant t, and O of t is the output. Now the weights W11, okay, so now here this weight will be W21. So first what we write is the input and then we write the output. So W21, so input from 2 going to first neuron, okay, input number 2 going to first neuron, so W21. Similarly here it will be WN1, okay. Now what do I have here? Sorry, I made a mistake. So this output will come first and input will come later. So W1, so 1, 1. So this will be 1, 2. I'll just erase this. Okay. It is supposed to be W1, 2. So output will come first and input will come later. So here this will become W2N. So this becomes, again this will become a problem, and that is W1N. Okay, 1N. These are the weights that we have. So this one, this will be again, yes, W22, right? Now weight from here to here will be what? W21, right? Now similarly, the inputs will be given from this to the nth neuron, mth neuron, comes like this. Okay, so this will be WM1, this will be WM2, this one will be WMN. Is that fine? Okay, so this is a feed-forward network. We're going to derive a small derivation and see how does it look like. So consider an elementary feed-forward network. Okay, so this is an elementary feed-forward network, as you have already seen. Okay, with m neurons receiving n inputs. Okay, so our input-output vectors will be what? As you see in the diagram, I'll just scroll it down back again. Okay, so O equals O1, O2, take OM. There are m neurons, right? So this is what it is. This is how it's going to look. And what will be x? X is the input. So x equals x1, x2, and go up till xn. N number of inputs, right? So these are the output and input vectors. And weights which connect the ith neuron with jth input. Okay. So how do we write weights? So weight Wij, which connects what? Connects what? Ith neuron. So first you write about the neuron, right? Ith neuron to jth input. Okay. This is how your Wij is going to, weights are going to look like. So activation value, that is net. Activation value for ith neuron. How will it look like? And I neuron, just like another neuron. So net of I, now this is the activation for that particular neuron, that is ith neuron. For that, you will have what, it's a summation of the number of inputs that we have. So J is number of input. So J is going from 1 to what? How many neurons we have? Inputs we are going to have, sorry, N. Right? It will go from 1 to N. Right? So Wij, then Xj. Why J? Because J is for number of inputs. Okay? For I going from 1 to till N. Sorry, not N, M. I is from 1 to M. J is from 1 to M. Okay? So therefore, OI will be what? OI is nothing but F, that is function, output. Function of Wi. I'm just going to skip the J part. So Wi of t x. Okay, this is function. For I equals 1 to M. Right? So Wi contains weight leading to ith output node. So the weights of ith node. Right? Ith output node. You can write ith output node. Right? So this is how it looks like. Now, just go ahead. We'll come back to this. I'll just zoom it out and we'll see. Okay? So after that, what I'm going to do is, now let's write about Wi. So Wi is what? Wi is roughly, it's going to be a matrix. Okay? So it's going to be W11, W12, right? So on till Win. Why N? N is number of inputs. Okay? So this is how it's going to look like. So if you introduce a non-linear matrix operator, okay, non-linear matrix operator. Now that is your function, by the way. Non-linear matrix operator. Okay, this is a symbol for non-linear matrix operator. Mapping of input space to output space, integrated by it will be expressed by what? So O will be, now that function, it's a non-linear matrix operator. Okay. So we'll write it like this. Wx. This is how it's going to be. Non-linear matrix operator. Right? Fine. So for mapping the input space to output space, so W will be looking like, how will W look like? W will be nothing but, I'm just going to write the matrix, expand it, W11, W12, this will go up till W1n. Similarly here, what will be W21, W22 and go up till W2n. So similarly, you come down here, it will be Wm1, right? Wm2, and then go here, Wmn. So this is the whole matrix, the weight matrix of the feed-forward network. Okay? And what will the function will look like? The function will look like what? The matrix, the function matrix will look like this. F of 0, okay, F of, so not F of 0, this is weight, not 0, this but, this will be here like this, right? Rest will be 0, 0, 0, up till 0 here, it will go up till here, here it will be F of again this, and this is how it will look like. This will be all zeros, only the diagonal elements will remain, okay? So only the diagonal elements will remain. Okay, this is how your functional matrix will look like. So non-linear activation function, this is your non-linear activation function. Okay, non-linear activation function. We have seen different kinds of functions, right? Activation functions. So this can be any one of them. So it will be on the diagonal of the matrix, right? As I told you earlier, it's going to be on the diagonal of the matrix. So this is the diagonal of the matrix. So this is where non-linear activation function is going to be, and operate on component-wise activation values for net for each neuron of net. Okay, so X is again the input pattern and the output pattern will be O. So X you can call it as, now I'm going to zoom out. So I hope this is visible. Okay. Now here basically, what is this? Your X is nothing but, your X is nothing but input pattern that we have given to the feed-forward network, and your O is the output pattern of the feed-forward network that we have given. Right? So this is an instantaneous type of network, because if you see O equals what? O equals nonlinear operator over here that we have W x of t. So directly at the instant you'll get the output, the O of t. Okay, I didn't write O of t. So we'll see an example for this. Before that, I'm just going to zoom it out and again show it to you. How does it look like? Okay, see here. We started off with this network that we have, okay, with n inputs and m outputs with m number of neurons. Okay, these input networks, input vectors, output vectors, and Wij is a weight matrix of that. So first you write the ith will be the neuron and j will be the input. So this is how what we have written the whole derivation for this. Okay, and that's what we get the weight matrix. So we'll take a simple problem over here and see how that looks like. Okay. So I'm just going to continue here below. Okay, and go to the normal size and just go down and take a simple problem. And we'll take a signum activation function. What we'll take is, we'll take a signum activation function and see how it looks like. So just remember, we have O, and this is your nonlinear activation function. Okay, Wx. Fine. So this activation function we are going to take in this problem as signum activation function. Okay, and we'll take a two-layer feed-forward network. Two-layer feed-forward network. Okay. Now we're going to find the final output, that is O5. Now I'll draw a small diagram and then see how it looks like. So this is the diagram that we have. Now these are the outputs of the first layer, which is giving to the next neuron over here. Yes. This is O5. Okay, this is O5. And the weights over 1, 1, 1, 1. And there's a bias with weight of 3.5. So negative bias. Okay. Now there are a number of inputs. I'll just write. There are only three inputs, x1, x2 and x3. x3 is basically minus 1 by the way, so it's like our bias. Okay. Now x3 is here, given to all of them. x1 also will be given to, no, x1 is here only 1 and 2. 1 second. I'll just erase this. There is no, oh, sorry. Okay, now just let me sort out this input vectors, sorry, inputs. So x2 is going for only this neuron and this neuron, right? Yeah, this is 1, this is minus 1, this is minus 3, this is minus 2, this is minus 1, weight over here is 1 and 1. Yeah, that's it. These are the inputs given to the network. So this is the first layer. This is the first layer. Okay. This is your first layer. And this is your second layer of your feed-forward network. Okay. So how does weight matrix look like? Now W1, let's come back here. How the W1 looks like? I'll just shift this up slightly. Yeah. So W1 will look like this. W1 is a weight matrix of the first layer. Okay. So W1 will start with the what? We'll start with the first neuron. Okay. I'll just get this down, or I think better zoom it out. Yeah. So what can you see? First neuron. Okay. I'll just number the neurons as well. So this is your first neuron, second neuron, third neuron, and fourth neuron. So first neuron, the weights that we have. So the inputs that we come across. The first one is 1. There's no input coming from 2, so it will become 0. What is the third one? Third one again it will be 1. Why? Because this comes with the third input. Okay. Second one. Second neuron, sorry. Second neuron is what? Yeah. So from the first one it is getting minus 1. Second neuron there's no input, 0. And the last neuron the weight is minus 2. Right? Fine. So the next one, the third one, there's only one input. That's coming from the second input. that is, sorry, not 0, I've had, there's going to be value only over here, and that is 1. Okay, that is 1 over here, and rest it will be 0. Now the last one has input from 2 and 3. So that will be -1 and -3. And the first one, from first input, there is no input. From first value, there is no input. Right? So this is the weight matrix of the first layer, W1. Okay? So let's write this as first layer here. From here. Okay? So what is the output now? This is a weight matrix. What is the output of this? Output there are 4 output, right? So O1, O2, O3, and O4. Right? This is your first output of the first layer. And what are the inputs? X1, X2, and -1. X3 is basically -1. I've written over here. X3 is -1. Right? So this is the input output weight matrix. So what do we do after this? Okay? What do we do after this? We'll try to find now for the second layer. Now this was the first layer. For the second layer, what we have? Similarly, what we have? W2. So W2, how does it W2 look like? There's only one vector, right? Because there are only one neuron. There's one neuron. So what are this? 1, 1, 1, 1, and wait, there are 4 ones, right? And there is 3.5, that is for bias, that is -1. Fine? So this is your second layer. So so what is the input for this layer? Input for this will be X. And what are the inputs? Wait, I'm not written here. This O1, O2, O3, and O4. So those will be the inputs for this, right? So O1, O2, O3, O4, and -1, that is your bias. Fine? Now what is it remaining? O. O is out. Now what we need to find? We need to find output, that is O5. What is the value of O5? Okay? So this is what we have here. Now I'll just go draw how does this look like. Now how does this look like? Before that, I'll just take this, on top. Okay. Now these are the values that you have. Now the output, to get an output, what should be? O is basically nothing but your O5. And what is that? It should be what? O5 is what? O1, O2. See the values. This into this, this into this, this into this, this into this, this. Right? This is how it's going to be. So how is it? So O will be nothing but signum. The activation function is what? Signum. Signum of x1 minus 1, signum of minus x1 plus 2, signum of x2, signum of minus x2 plus 3. Okay. Now what is this I've written over here? Let's come back to our matrix over here. Now signum of x1 minus 1. What is that? It's nothing but your f of WTX. F is what? F is signum. WTX is what? Weight into input. What is the weight? Weight matrix over here is W1 to X. So X1, X2, X minus 1. So you are always going to multiply these two things. So once you multiply, what does it look like? This is a transpose, right? So just multiply that. Okay, make a transpose of this. So this is nothing but W1 X1. So what is that? Your 1, 0, 1, minus 1, 0, minus 2, 0, 1, 0, 0, minus 1, minus 3 into X. X is what? X1, X2, minus 1. Right? So this is going to get multiplied with this guy. So it will become X1 minus 1. So X1 minus 1. Similarly over here, the second row into this column, it will give you this. Similarly, all the way. So this is what we get. Is that fine? So O will fire based on this activation functions. Okay, if this is satisfied, it will fire. Okay, so now this we are going to draw in the diagram. Okay, I'll just quickly draw the diagram. have to take this down. Yes. So here we have come. Now first, as you remember, it was what? Signum of x1 minus 1. So what is that? x1 minus 1 will be a line passing through 1. Right? It's a line which passes through. Okay, wait, sorry. Okay, it's basically nothing but a line that is passing through 1. A parallel to y-axis. Parallel to y-axis. Okay, and this will be what? Positive for values. It will be positive for values for x1 greater than 1. For x1 greater than 1. Okay, this will fire only for signum is means what? Signum function, your activation function you've already seen. So whatever go above that value, it will fire, and below that value, it will not fire. So it will fire only for value above than 1. So come to next one, minus x1 plus 2. See, all these things what you can do is equate this minus x1 plus 2, you just equate it to 0. So what will happen? So basically x1 equals 2. Right? But this is negative. It will fire for less than that. So it is negative values, right? So you draw a parallel line passing through 2. Okay? But this will fire only for x1 less than 2. Okay? Because of this equation. So every time you just equate it to 0 and then see how it looks like. Now next one is signum of x2. Signum of x2 means what? Okay? That means all values of x2. So it is going to be what? This value. Positive values of x2. So this will be over here, right? In this direction. So x2 is greater than 0. And the last one is minus x2 plus 3. So minus x2 plus 3 equals 0. How does that look like? x2 less than 3. x2 less than 3. This will be nothing but x2. Okay, yeah, sorry. This axis is x1 and this axis is x2. Okay, so that's why it's going to be parallel. So for x2 it will be what? It will be parallel to x1. So the line is here. So x2. If you understand basic mathematics, this is a piece of cake. So look at this region. This is a common region, and this is a region where it will fire. This is the region where it should fire. Okay. See, x1, I'm just going to change the color and tell you now. Now x1 is firing in all this direction. Okay, because it is x1 minus 1. Okay, just remember this, x1 is x-axis, x2 is y-axis. Okay, this is firing in this direction. Next one is what? It is firing in, now this region where your O5 will be 1. This is where it will be activated and it will fire. This is the region. The next one was what? x1 minus x1 plus 2. So that was what? Line parallel to x2 but minus, so it is firing in this direction. Okay, then what we had x2, signal of x2. So what? It should be parallel to x. Anything above 0 it will be firing. So this is your, it will be parallel to x1. So anything above this, so this part, it will go fire here. This is firing in this direction. This is firing in this direction. Last is x2 minus 3. So this is fired in this direction. This was the box of activation function that we have. So this is the response. Right? Yeah. So I've copied this and it will come over. So look at this. 1 second. Yeah. So I'm just going to take this over here and increase the size. Okay. So look at this. Sorry, I'll just take it down because it's not making sense. Yeah. So yes, here. Now, I'm just going to move this on top. So look at that. Oh, sorry, I'm going to move the whole sheet. Yes. This is how it should look like. This is the activity function, and O5 will fire for this region. Now, for O5, for O5 to fire, actually there's a second layer also. I forgot about the second layer. So look at the second layer. So O5 will fire only when now O is what? Signum. This is the second layer, by the way. O is the signum of O1, O2, O3, O4 and so on till minus 3.5. Okay. So O5 will be equal to 1. Only if, that is O5 will only fire only if what? O1 equals O2 equals O3 equals O4 equals to 1. Okay, that is only when we will get the answer, because this whole thing will become, when you add what it will become 4 minus 3.5 will be 0.5 and then it will fail. Got it? So this is the whole problem. And this is how it will look like. So this is about feed forward network. We'll see feedback network in the next video lecture.